Hey, welcome back to the BCR Garage. This is the Bruce City Rider, and this is part 4 of my Softail tire wheel and wheel bearing project. This is what we're working on, my 1988 Softail Custom. And we're doing the front wheel first. And in the last episode, we trued the front wheel on my Bike Master truing stand. So the next step in the process, for me anyway, is I'm going to torque all the spokes. Now you say, well, why are you going to do that? Why don't you just tap them with a wrench? Well, that'll probably work as long as you're able to discern different tones. And another thing is, I have the Harley service manual here, and right here, if you can read that, it even says to go one turn at a time on each nipple until they are snug. That's all it calls for, which seems kind of backwards to me, but that is an old service manual. You know, this is a 1988. And I actually couldn't find any, or a lot of information on what the spoke torque setting should be. I did find a few guys talking about it, and basically 40 to 50 is what you're shooting for, 40 to 50 inch-pounds. So I guess that's considered snug on a wheel. So you're going to need a spoke torque wrench to do this job. I got the Pit Posse one here. It's a real good kit. It's got all the different sizes, and including the 6mm that you're going to need for Harley spoke wheels. It's got the inch-pound torque wrench, and also just a regular wrench that you can put these heads on. I'm just going to use my regular spoke nipple wrench so I don't have to keep switching the 6mm head back and forth. On the one side, it's set up to give you 2 more flats on the very end if you need extra torque, if you got a stuck nipple. You see that? Whereas the other side is an open end wrench. So for this side, you have to come in above the nipple on the spoke and slide it down like that. But you only use that side if you have to. So a lot of people just take a wrench and they just tap on the spokes and listen for the tone. And they're looking for that nice clean ting ting. And if you hear one that thuds, then you know that one's a little loose. But I'm not going to use that method. As I said, I'm going to use a torque wrench. Okay, so we're going to take each set of 4 and we're going to loosen number 1 and number 4, and then torque number 1 and number 4. And we're going to go around the whole wheel and do it that way. Next set of 4, loosen 1 and 4, and then torque 1 and 4. And after we go all the way around, we're going to do the same thing and repeat that with numbers 2 and 3. And the reason we want to loosen them first is because they could be bound up with water, dirt, rust, debris, and we want to make sure that the nipple is moving before we torque it. Otherwise we could get a false torque reading. So remember to loosen on the top side, we go clockwise. So we're going to go a quarter turn, which is 1 flat. And then we're going to take our torque wrench, which is set on 44 inch-pounds, and we're going to torque it. We're going to go back to where it was, right there, and we can go 1 flat past that. and it just broke. So that's torqued. Now we're going to go to the next one. We're going to loose it at 1 flat. And then we're going to torque it. And it didn't quite go back to the original position, so I'm just going to give it one more little turn to get it back to where it was, so as not to affect our chewed wheel as badly. And at the end of this procedure, we're going to recheck the chewing and adjust as needed. Now we'll go to the next set of 4. We're going to loosen it 1 flat. I'm going to go ahead and do this 4th one as well while I got this wrench in my hand. And now we're going to torque it. Okay, that's 1 flat. I'm going to go 1 flat beyond, or up to 1 flat. Okay, so that one didn't torque, so I'm going to make a mark on that. And after we complete everything on here, I'm going to come back and address those. And because once we get up here, if we end up making adjustments, that could tighten this up. So I just put a little mark with my Sharpie. And I'll go on to number 4 on this group. One flat, and it torqued. I'll do one more set on video here. Loosen a flat, loosen a flat. Got them marked with my fingers. Okay, now we'll torque. It's not quite back to where it was. Right about there, and I'm going to go up to 1 flat beyond it. Right there. And it torqued. And then number 4, torqued, back in original position. Okay, I've gone all the way around with that process. Now we're going to work on number 2 and number 3. So I'm going to loosen 1 flat. Let me come around on this side. Okay. 2 and 3. Now I'm going to torque 2 and 3. Original position, and it's torqued. Torqued a little early, so I'm going to turn this one another half a flat to get back to where it was. Right there. And again, I'm doing that because I don't want to affect the trueness of the wheel, so I'm going to put it back just slightly over torque. So I'm going to continue to go around the entire wheel doing sets 2 and 3, and all our spokes will be torqued. Then I'm going to just double check the trueness, and we'll be good to go. Then we're all ready to put on our rim strip and mount a new tire and stuff the inner tube in it. Alright guys, hope this was helpful. I know I'm enjoying doing this. Hope you got something out of it. This is the Brew City Rider signing out. Catch you on the next one. Later, guys.